Hello. Sorry. I'm like eating chips. Let's see who comes on. Come say hello to everybody. Well, whoever logs in, just say hello. Say where you're from so I can say hi to everybody in the chat. Hi, Linda. How are you, dear? How's everybody doing today? Hey, Vaughn. Hey, Yolanda, Jean. Hey, how are you? Hey, Phoenix. How are you, dear? Hey, Tamala. She said, good afternoon from Woodbridge, Virginia. Hey, sis. Hey, Vaughn from Raleigh, North Carolina. Hi, Kimberly or Kim from Connecticut. How are you? Oh, hey, Z, baby. I forget it's still morning in Cali, huh? Must be nice, sis. Hey, Phoenix. How are you, dear? She says, hey, from Philly. My husband's in the room watching the game, so if you hear random noises, that's him in there. Hey, Desandra from Texas. Hey, girl. Kim says she's doing well. So, how's everybody doing? How are you guys enjoying the challenge? I actually just took out my hair from the protective style. I'm gonna wash my hair. I'm about to film that. My style lasted all week. I actually just re-moisturized it yesterday, and then I just took it out of the style I had it in. But I will be doing a wash day and protective style, another protective style for you guys in the twist for this coming Tip Tuesday. But if you guys have any questions regarding the challenge, regarding anything, just let me know in the comment section. um, if you have any questions, any suggestions for anybody, also drop them in the comment section. Hey, Chloe from Florida, how are you? And Paula says, hey, from Wilmington, Delaware. Hey, sis, you close, you close. You in the tri-state area, huh? Hey, Lisa from Trinidad and Tobago. Hey, I love it there. That's like my second home. Um, Let me see. Okay, Yolanda says, I actually went to the dermatologist last week, and I was right. I had scalp folliculitis, and she gave me a little solution. She gave me pills probably, and a solution for my scalp to apply every day. Yeah. Do you know what caused it, Yolanda? I know we had discussed it. I can't remember what we had talked about. Oh, Z Baby just said, was just on the community tab. Love the pick of night stealing a nap on the forbidden couch. You know how it is when you tell them to not stay on the couch. That's the one thing that they want to do. He actually now has like a what you call it, like a blanket he can lay on, but he's so spoiled. Tama says, when are we supposed to use the cactus and Mbunu? I believe that's in week I have to look at my calendar, but I believe that's in like week 6 or 7. I don't know, but it's in a few weeks. But you can also, if you guys really love the cactus and mbunu, you can always use that as like a pre-poo prior to any of our cleansing process. I know I didn't really do like I said in there, like we're gonna pre-poo each week. I haven't really been showing you guys the pre-poo that I do. Sometimes I just do like an hot oil treatment. Sometimes if my hair needs to be detangled a little bit more, I'll use something else. But we're gonna actually focus on the mbunu and the cactus. I want to say, let me see if I pull that up. Actually, I won't guess for you. I actually will pull it up so I can give you the correct date. Hey, Pamela, how are you, dear? I'm so glad you've been joining us. I really appreciate that. Let me see. And let me pull up this challenge. Oh, thank you, Z Baby. You said week 8. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Thanks. Tamala, are you having an issue trying to get the cactus or the mbunu, or were you just asking in general? Yolanda said, probably leaving too much moisture in my hair from the pre-poo. That's my suspicion. Yeah. I kind of talked about it in, I don't know, probably a little while ago about people leaving stuff in their hair overnight often. That can cause a lot of issues. I cannot stress enough that you're like leaving things, your hair, soaking wet overnight, constantly, constantly, constantly it just is a breeding ground for bacteria and for anything. Um, okay. Hello, Sam. How are you? Yolanda says, I'm going to have to focus on this challenge after the scalp infection goes away, but I plan to do the protective challenge till next year. Okay, that's perfectly fine, sis. Look, take care of your scalp health, and most importantly, um, cannot stress that enough. You can still find a way, and I'm not saying you have to do it, but you can still find a way to protective style your hair while doing the scalp treatments. It does, again, we don't have to do something dramatic. Twists, the bun style, something easy. So after you do your treatments on your scalp, you can also just put your hair up. I know you might still be manipulating it more because you need to get rid of the infection, but don't give up. You got this, sis. Pam says, love you're alive. Thank you, boo. Thank you, thank you. Tamla says, asking in general. Okay, okay. So does anybody have any more questions or anything? I plan to do random giveaways throughout this challenge. I don't know if I'm going to make it like every week, but I just feel like if I feel like it, I'm just going to go ahead and do some like random giveaways like this. Like I feel like I wanted to do a giveaway. I was actually making a product on my Instagram, my Shop Now I Am Nappy Instagram page, and I wanted to kind of like give away the product I was making. And I don't think anyone technically guessed what it was, but I was making my twist cream. So since nobody guessed it on my Instagram story, I feel like I'm going to just pick someone in the chat to give away the twist cream to. So if you guys are interested in the twist cream, just drop it down a comment down below, and probably within like 5 minutes, I'm gonna just scroll up and pick a winner for that. And then you guys can just email me at nowiamnappy@gmail.com and your address, and I'll ship you the twisting cream. Okay, so Yolanda says, yes, I definitely agree. I got goals to achieve. Yes, sis, yes. Sam says, I used beer therapy once for my hair. I drank more than I applied in my hair. It helped a little. Sam, are you having like issues with moisture? How did you use the beer for your hair? I'm curious. Sharon says, hello, Michelle. Hi, Sharon. DM says hibiscus question mark. What do you mean, DM? Are you asking me something about hibiscus or something I said? I don't remember. But just let me know. Okay, I see Diane. Y'all are letting me know you're interested in twist cream. Okay, okay. I see y'all. I see y'all. All right. So just keep commenting if you are interested in the twist cream, and I'll pick someone again in like maybe 10 minutes. I want to give people an opportunity to comment and stuff. Also, you guys, did you guys enjoy the video? Oh, DM says, sorry, your new product. Oh, did I click something? Oh, okay, no, I'm good. Oh, my new product, I'm not going to announce it until it drops officially. I have been trying to balance out like with my new work schedule and making products, because it's like I'm already, I don't want to say struggling, but I'm already kind of on the struggle bus trying to get products out while working full time. So I'm going to just try to take my time with this new one so that I have more. And if anything, it will probably drop around Black Friday. That's like the closest I can give you, because um yeah, Black Friday is like a time for like everything, so I feel like that might be fun. So let's see. And this is, I would love the twisting cream. Perfect. Hey Michelle, just guessing your cream fenugreek. Oh no, so the twisting cream, so just for reference, the twisting cream that I'm talking about is the one that I sell. It's on my website. It's the oat and aloe twisting cream. Twist cream. It is already one I've already made. I don't know if there's any confusion. I'm sorry. But it's one I sell in the market. It's one I use on my videos. It's what I use to twist my hair actually for this week. That's what it is. So just want to clarify. Let's see. Tamla says, I've learned so much from you since I became a follower. Yeah, I'm so excited about that. I'm glad. I'm glad. Veronica says, of course I'm interested. All right. Jessica says, hey, girlfriend. Hey, sis. I'm interested in just cream. Perfect. Perfect. Z Baby says, Sam up. Have you tried Main Choice Cheers line? It uses beard. I haven't tried it yet. Heard good things. Yeah, beard. I heard like back in the day. I haven't used it. Like it is supposed to help like give your hair like more volume and shine. But I don't know all good properties for it, all the uses for it. I do know somebody, a fellow. She's a fellow soap maker, and she uses beer in some of her products, and she said it's actually really good for the skin. You boil out actually the alcohol in the beer and then you use that. So I'm not 100% sure. Again, like I said, I haven't really used it. I know like some mothers have used it or grandmothers used it when the beer is like flat and then they use it on their hair, but I'm not sure. Okay, Tamara says, I love your products. Interested in twist cream. Okay, sis. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Your hair looks beautiful, Jackie. Thank you, Jackie. I'm doing really well today. I'm going to be, I was saying I'm going to film in a little. So I just took my hair out of my protective style to moisturize it, and I'm about to do my little wash day after I finish chatting with you guys. So thank you. Oh, Z Baby says, NIAN, new product line. Yeah. Yeah, sis. I'm working on some things. I started it over the summer and I just got a bit overwhelmed. So I had to just put it in the pocket, but everything is still there. I ordered some new bottles. I'm actually going to be getting some larger bottles. A lot of you guys actually asked me for the twist cream to be in a larger size. So I'm going to have some options for you guys now. Trying to take it up a little level, another level. So, stay tuned, stay tuned. Again, like I said, I think if anything, it will probably drop around Black Friday. But I'll give you guys more, as I lead up to that. We still got, I always say like that, that's far away, and it's really 2 months away. I don't even know where this whole year has gone. It's just like flying by. Okay. Sam says beer therapy helps hydrate and reduce dryness. It helps, but expensive. Like going out for drinks, then not drinking. I hear you, Sam. Sophia says, Hi, Michelle. Your picture of this streaming looks like the Black Cleopatra. It's beautiful. I believe you should frame it. Love you, little sister, and Jesus loves you too. Thank you, Sophia. That's actually the back. It's the hairstyle that I did for this week's Tip Tuesday. I don't know if you guys watched that video. It wasn't only talking about henna and protein, but I also do protective styles in every video. So if you guys missed the tutorial for that picture, it was in last week's Tip Tuesday video. Because we're in the protective style challenge, just know any video that I release on Tuesday will include a protective style with it. Come on. Oh, Knight tried to come in. He's scared of the light, and the light's like right here. So he like backed up. He like was walking in, and he just like backed up like on one. Let's see. Sam says I use real drinking beer. Okay. Sharon says I'm watching your videos religiously during this challenge. I've never used any of your products yet. Okay, so you saying, Sharon, did you say you're interested in trying the twisting cream? Oh yeah, you said yes, you're interested. Okay, perfect, perfect. Hey, Brenda Bell, how are you, dear? She says, hey, sis. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Sophia said, no kissing on the lips. All right, no kissing on the lips. Hey, Brownin. Hey, sis. Brownin, did you ever get your package that I sent you? I wanted to make sure it came. I wasn't sure. I feel like the Postal Service has been doing little funny things lately. Nika says, hey, gorgeous. I agree with Sophia. That picture is so regal. Thank you. Thank you. That was, I was saying that was my twist from Tip Tuesday throughout the week. Had to like get some photos and everything. So, but that's the style that so if you missed it, definitely go watch the video. Nika and Brown and Up Here Boo loving. Shalette says, hops is a great herb to infuse in teas. Oh yeah, I've heard definitely. I guess it's the part that's in beer that people are using is the hops part from it. I never really thought about that, but yeah, hops is great. I don't have any though. I actually just placed another order for Mountain Rose herbs. I'm obsessed with ordering herbs. Like I need to chill out. But anyone have any questions, any other questions, feel free to drop it in. It doesn't have to be only related to the Protective Style Challenge or to henna. I feel like we always talk a lot about henna, so a lot of people don't have as many questions about henna anymore. But if you do, feel free to to drop it in the chat if you have any questions about protein treatments, because I kind of did like henna versus protein in last week's Tip Tuesday. Also drop it in the chat. If you want to just talk about whatever, let me know. I'm also here. I'm going to look at what I ordered. I want to tell you guys what I ordered from Mountain Rose Herbs, because I'm always ordering new herbs. Oh, so I got some more holy basil, which I use frequently. I got some more horsetail, but this time I got some maca powder, MACA. I think it's like maca root or maca root powder. And I have heard so many good things about this. Now, I know my friend takes that to like increase their sexual health, whatever. I guess your hormones. But I know that there's other properties for that. So I didn't get it for the sexual health part. I got it for like some of the hair properties. I'm going to use it in my hair. I also got some more saw palmetto. I haven't had that in a little while. And then slippery elm. And then I got some more soap nuts because I love to use them not just for hair products, but also for like cleaning products. Why can't I speak today? You can also use them like in your laundry, add them like you can make them, boil them, and then use some of that soap in your laundry. That helps to make your clothes cleaner. So yeah, I got quite a few more herbs. Let's see. Let's see, what am I missing? Okay. Oh, Brown says it's en route. I should get it next week because of our new regulations. Everything has slowed down. Oh, okay. Okay. Y'all boo loving over here. How are you doing? Y'all should see my hair. Brownie, what did you do to your hair, sis? What did you do? Janice says, hey, Chica, loving my products from you. They're awesome. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, sis. Shalette says, henna treatment in now. Awesome, awesome. Because, yeah, this is the start, I guess, of week 3 for you guys. Remember, I'm just a week ahead of you guys, so I'm just showing you guys what to do, and then you guys will do it, the following week. What henna treatment are you using? Did you get a gloss bar, or are you making your own henna treatment? Your OG henna head, you go make your own, mix your own. I love henna, y'all. I know I always talk about that. And I will say this, in all of my challenges, you will always see henna in some form or fashion because it's part of my life. Sassy says, maca is awesome for many uses. It's good for energy. Okay, perfect. That's also good to know. I have heard many different things for it, but I'm probably gonna take it multiple ways. Like you know me, I'll start using the herb for my hair, and then I'll also end up using it as like a tea or some other form, because it has so many different properties and benefits. Let's see. Oh, Brenda Bell says, interesting. So you sell herbs? No, I don't sell herbs actually. I have my gloss bars, Brenda Bell, but that's it. That's all I currently sell. Um, no, I actually get my herbs from a company called Mountain Rose Herbs. They have organic herbs and I love them. So I order periodically like new herbs or herbs I want to try, herbs I've seen and heard and read about, and I just kind of want to like put it into use, try something new. I think like at the end of the day, I probably want to become like a full blown herbalist, like get your certificate, even though the state doesn't recognize, like there's no like official um, certification that you can officially get, which is like kind of annoying because each state, I don't know, they don't like approve it or they don't recognize it, but I don't know, I like to consider myself an herbalist as is, but if I ever wanted to like recommend it to people like to take for like, you should take this if you have this type of element and this type of, I would love to learn more about that than just like, topical uses of products. All right, let me go. Sharon says, last Tuesday's video was very informative. I love having henna in my regimen. Yeah, thank you, thank you. I tried to make it a little bit different because I felt like you guys have heard me talk about henna so often and I didn't want to like bore you guys with just another henna video. So I wanted to kind of talk about an issue I had heard multiple times and kind of something we've talked about on our lives about, people ideas about henna and versus the idea of protein. So I feel like what I'll probably do, and I don't know if you guys like that type of format, more informative, because I used to have my videos like heavily, really, really informative. And I'm going to try to bring back that, but in a way that we're answering a common question that you guys have about said products, or even something about like something you're suffering with your hair care or something like that. So I want to make it more like ask the question and like answer the question through science. while we apply the product. So I want to be a little bit more intentional about that because I think that there's so much information out there and there's a lot of like people who have a lot of misinformation. So I just kind of think this is a great way to clear it up while still giving you guys the products that we're using for the week for the Protective Style Challenge. Brownie says nothing because it's a mess. I haven't had energy to wash my hair this week, and that's coming off of a braid out. Oh, sis. Put it in a bun if you're not going to wash it. Slap that thing in a bun, moisturize it, slap it in a bun, say a prayer until you're ready mentally to deal with it. That's my take always, because I've had days and weeks where I was just like, oh my God, I do not want to do my hair. And if I do my hair when I don't want to do it, it's always going to be a mess. Like I'm going to just rush through it. I'm going to rip through my little fine strands and just cause more issues. So I feel you. I feel you on that. Let's see. Oh, Sophia says, Michelle, could you please explain in layman's terms what is surfactants? So surfactants are basically, the easiest way I could say is almost like soap or foaming agent, basically something that helps to cleanse or clean, products, hair, clothes, etc. So surfactants can be found, pretty much like, you know how you've heard of like sulfates. Everybody was like afraid of sulfates in your shampoo, sodium lauryl sulfate. Those type of ingredients are surfactants. They basically help to cleanse the product. But surfactants, there's levels and there's ranges of surfactants. A lot of them come from plants. Plants actually have a number of surfactants in them, and they're used to kill and ward off bugs and other things so that they don't just die, right? So a lot of times you'll see me use like Mbunu has a surfactant in it. And that basically helps to cleanse. It causes your hair to like foam and cleanse your hair to remove dirt, oils, and debris from your hair. Z Baby says, uh, how long can you let your clay trio wash sit on the countertop covered before you use it? I made it one day, fell asleep. It's out 24 hours. Vintage, I would 24 hours. You know, I will say this. The thing about your clay mixture, which is more fortunate not enough than not, is it probably still has a high pH unless you perfectly pH balance it. And I'm going to say this, and maybe I'll regret saying this later on, but most clays, because of the high pH, they actually can kill a lot of bacteria and stuff naturally. They call them self-preserving products. And I don't talk about this often because once you get into that category, then people think that everything's self-preserving. But products that have an extremely high pH are actually self-preserving. So depending on the pH of that, I would still probably use it like it was one day, but I wouldn't use it much after that. Like if you 48 hours and you left something out, I wouldn't use it. But also if you think about clays, you think about like almost like mud, right? Water and dirt makes mud, and when you make your clay and water, you're almost like making a mud. Um, and mud can be fine as long as like the water was, you know, not contaminated, and then therefore your bentonite clay is not contaminated. Because think about it, like when they mine the clay and they mine the bentonite and the rasul clay, they're mining it from areas that get rained on, that get water onto it. So as long as it's not contaminated and it dries out, you're like completely fine to use it. Um, I always say I hate to talk about like that because people take things and run with it, and then they're using products that have been sitting out for weeks and years or whatever, and they think this stuff is self-preserving. And it's like I like to limit my conversation with that because unless you're a formulator, you truly maybe don't understand the implications of certain things. Not you in particular. I'm just saying in general. Okay, Jackie says, hi, Michelle. I use clover green tea, and also fenugreek seeds as a leave-in once a week for my hairline and also my hair roots. What do you think of this treatment? I think that's a great treatment. Clover has a number of wonderful herbs. So does green tea. I mean, minerals and vitamins. So does green tea and fenugreek. I think they're also really great. Like you get a little bit of mucilage from your fenugreek seeds. Your green tea helps block that hair fall. So does your clover. I think that's a great treatment, honestly. How does your hair feel after using it? Oh, Sharon says you're making your own. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, let's see. Deborah says, can you talk about how to use marshmallow root? I know it's used for tingles, but can it be used as a leave-in like aloe? Yeah, Deborah, did you not? I actually have two videos on marshmallow root. We made it with our during our tea challenge. I used it with hibiscus, and I think at one time I used it with hibiscus and aloe. You can definitely use it as a leave-in. We used it as a leave-in actually during those both 2 weeks during my tea challenge. I think it's great. I used it to detangle my hair, and then I literally left it in after I detangled my hair for the entire week. So it was very moisturizing for my hair. Nika says here now, cause that feeling running around because same here. Oh, both of y'all, Nika and Brownie, have so much hair. I I always say a prayer for y'all when it's wash day. Oh, Sassy said, but you know they have different kinds of maca that's good for different reasons. Oh, see, I didn't know that. Now I gotta go look about the maca that I got. I'm gonna investigate because I think that okay, I can look it up. I'm gonna call that number. I'll look it up when I finish here. Let's see. Hey Regina, how are you? Brenda Bell says, I was just saying I want to get mine for knowledge purposes. Oh, okay. I think they have it on Skillshare. What was I rambling about? Because I know me. Oh. So you said, do I sell herbs? Okay. Matcha tea before a work is amazing. What do you say, Pam? Matcha tea before a work? Tamla says, how long do herbs last once open? So each herb is a little bit different. Um, each herb has a different shelf life, and the when you open up a container, you should always try to seal it, as most herbs have sealable containers. And if they don't, put them into like a mason jar. But herbs can have a shelf life of 1 to 2 years as long as they don't get wet or contaminated and cross contaminated. But when you expose them to air, I'm sure there's a process of maybe like oxidation of the herbs. I've seen it once with like my amla. One time I didn't close my amla all the way, and when I poured it out, I noticed it was much darker than the amla like underneath. So I would say like, if you have herbs, just make sure you close them. They have a great shelf life, usually 1 to 2 years. But if you do things like leave them out in the open to the air, they can, I don't say go bad, but go bad faster. MG Garner says, hi everyone. Henna is never boring. Love hearing the information. Awesome, awesome. I feel the same way though. I know. I love henna, so thank you. Sharon says, that would be great. I love learning. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. I'm gonna make sure I didn't miss anything. Nika Boo. Z Baby says, I have your henna gloss bar, but I've never done a full blown henna treatment. I was thinking of doing the Newport henna with some aloe vera powder. What do you think? Perfect. I think that's great. Such a fan of that. Aloe is very conditioning. Just make as long as you deep condition afterwards, you'll be fine. I love a full henna gloss. I mean, a full henna treatment. Henna is bae forever, forever, ever. Sophia says, if they don't recognize herbalists, you could be a botanist. True. Nika said that misinformation is strong these days. Yes, sis. Z Baby says, is your gloss bar a full blown henna treatment? So it is and it isn't. So you're getting the full benefits of the henna, but you're also getting the conditioning properties from the conditioner and the oils and the butters. So you're going to get more. I would say it's a perfect split of henna and conditioning. So like sometimes people will tell me like I don't necessarily think I need a deep conditioner after I use your gloss bar. Now, I don't necessarily feel like I definitely do, but I will because anytime I use anything strengthening, I I just always follow up with a deep conditioner. I will tell you, your hair is going to feel completely different from using my gloss bar than using a full henna treatment, okay? Because full henna treatment is not going to give you those softening and those conditioning effects that are found in my gloss bar. But it's okay. It's not your hair shouldn't feel like trash either. It's just going to give you way more strength than like my gloss bars do. And I will say this, I formulated my gloss bars so that you still get dye release. Not all gloss bars will give you dye release. So, I would say choose accordingly. But if you're a gloss treatment is literally just the addition of conditioners, oils, and butters. A mask treatment is just the full strength of those herbs. And in this case, henna is a full strengthening treatment. So you're going to get that full strength without any of those conditioning properties. Um, Tiana says, can people with blonde hair use your oat and aloe hair mask? Yes, the hair mask you can if you have blonde hair. Yes. Sharon says, this is not a hair question, but do you have any problems with clays and henna clogging your drain? No, I have not in this current house, but in my parents' in my in-laws' house, the clays do mess with their drain. So I do say use Drano and use a hot water flush. So like after you do that, I would boil a big pot of water and pour it down the drain to help with like that. Henna, not so much. It's mainly the clays that will probably be the most problematic. Or if you're a place where you can't, your drainage is not great, you can also fill up a bucket of water and like put it in your tub so you don't get like splashed everywhere or wherever, and then rinse your hair out in that bucket as much as possible to get like the majority of that clay out, right? And then rinse the rest of it down the drain and it should be fine. Also, I've also heard that with henna. I don't have an issue with henna, but if you're having that, any type of issue, put your hair into the bucket of water to get the majority of it out. And that way you don't have a bunch of like herbs running down the drain. Uh, oh, Sherry just said, Nika just said she's having that issue. I just bought some Drano. Yeah. Ooh, so many questions. Okay, yeah, I love starting rinsing a bucket first or do the rinse outside on my back step. Yeah, yeah, that is common. I also know a few of my friends who live in certain parts of Africa that don't have great draining at all. They actually just use the buckets anyways, and they say actually that force of the bucket, where like dumping the water, actually helps to get some of the herbs out better. And also putting your hair completely under the water and just kind of like using the bucket with that actually helps remove herbs very very quickly. I've heard different things. Again, I've only tried. It was only in my in-laws' house that like their plumbing was not good at all. So I feel like everything was a problem. So yeah. Um Brenda Bell says herbal certification. Okay, yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Um a workout I meant. Pam, what am I missing here? I don't know. Sassy says, I'll DM you about herbalist certification and recognized associations. All right, thank you, Sassy. Because I've seen one. There's actually one in Philly near my job, but like the issue is I forget there was an issue and they were like, there's technically you can get certified, but like it's not like I don't know. We can chat later about it. It was just something I saw and when I was about to go get my official certification. But yeah. Deborah says, thank you. I learned so much from you. I also use cloves, fenugreek seeds, hibiscus, and did them in my flaxseed gel. My hair loves it. Yeah, that is bomb. Bomb, bomb, bomb. I'm sure it also adds like a layer of like conditioning to that flaxseed gel. Um, yeah. MJ says, when doing tea, is it better to use aloe vera juice versus distilled or purified water? Looking at the pH factor. It's really going to depend on the tea. I'm always a fan of always at least having like maybe a 50-50 ratio of water and aloe. I'm going to just nix and not say purified water just because purified water can still have other minerals in it stuff and other things in it that can disrupt the benefits of the tea or still be a little bit hard for your hair. So I'm always going to say, if anything, I'm a distilled water type person and I will always add some aloe to it at the end if I want to. But teas have different types of pH. Every tea is going to have a little bit different pH. So if you want, I would always get some pH strips. I have them on my Amazon store because some teas naturally have a pH of like 4.5. And so you don't necessarily need to use the aloe for if you're worried about pH. Um, That's the wonderful thing about teas and herbs because they literally help bring down the pH of the product. And aloe, I would use it more in this case because teas usually have a lower pH as other conditioning properties or conditioning benefits, more so than trying to like adjust the pH of the tea. I hope that makes sense. Sophia says, Michelle, the advice you gave me on how often I should cleanse my hair helped. It has grown 2 inches. Michelle, my husband said you are the Black Cleopatra. You are beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. And yeah, I really just can't stress enough how much cleansing your scalp is the key to hair growth because again, the foundation. Your scalp is the foundation of hair growth, and having it clean and ready and open to receive moisture and all that, just it will allow your hair to do what it naturally wants to do, and that's grow and be beautiful. Brandon says, yes, the gloss bar is a wonderful mix of strengthening and conditioning properties with some pops of color. Yes. Yeah, my gray hairs, I don't know if you saw them in the video, but they're actually like red. They actually started to oxidize, I would say like maybe 3 days ago. So they're definitely like a deeper red. They were a little bit like orangey right after I washed them out. And then over the last few days, they've turned like a deeper red. I'm actually going to do, I think on my next henna treatment, I'm going to do a henna and an indigo. Um, just because, I'm going to make my hair black-ish. Um, I would need to do a little bit more indigo treatments to get me like a full jet black color, but I might do that in the fall. I was like, what is the next season? In the fall, winter, just for fun, Because if y'all know, my hair has actually never been black. I have like a sandy brown hair, dark brown hair. And then I added the henna to it, so now it's like a sandy reddish brown color. So, throw it in the black sometimes. Okay. Okay, yes, okay. Loretta says, I'm interested in your twist cream. I wear my hair, I'm gonna say in twist every day. That's awesome. Okay. Actually, I probably should pick a winner. I did say that probably like more than 10 minutes ago, but give me 1 second here. Lois says, "Hey, hello everyone. Michelle, what's the best natural gel to use for your edges?" I'm a fan of making your own gel, so I would say you can use like a flax and sea moss gel, or just a sea moss gel. It will give you a nice hold. I have I have like 2 or 3 recipes of the sea moss gel. I have 2 or 3 recipes of flaxseed gel. I also made a hibiscus gel. When was that? Last year. So if you type in hibiscus gel and NowIamNappy, it should pop up. All those are great and they have great holds. Excuse me. That's my take. I'm always a DIYer with gel, so that way you know what's in it and there's no like harsh ingredients. Tiana says, thank you for answering my question. I use Ayurvedic hair care, my own DIY concoctions, but always worried about staining. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So Jessica says, what things can I do to maximize my hair growth? I really want to grow. I limit the heat, etc. So Jessica, like with you, and I always say, I would really focus on because you pretty much have a pretty good routine. Um, scalp massages, and oiling your scalp using like any Ayurvedic herbs, but I think did I send you? I don't know if I did. An Ayurvedic oil that has like peppermint oil, rosemary oil, things to help bring stimulation to your scalp, but really also that with the addition of the scalp massages. Because I think you already do your shampoo, your cleansing, your deep conditioning. I know you got my deep conditioner. I hope you got it by now. I don't know. I think I mailed it out Thursday or Friday. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. If not, you probably get it on Monday. But using that, those herbs are actually really, really good in both the the shampoo and the conditioner will definitely help. But just also being consistent with your regimen. I know sometimes it's hard to be consistent, but making sure you cleanse your scalp, give yourself scalp massages every day. Some people I know do twice a day, morning and evening. That will really help to maximize it. You can take MSM powder as well to help with hair growth. Um, and I said oil, but I meant the Ayurvedic oil. You could also infuse like your fenugreek and your amla rosemary and peppermint oil together. That's a powerful with saw palmetto. Actually, I just ordered some. That's why I said I ordered some more. I ran out. Those are also great to help increase hair growth. Brenda Bell says, this may sound barbaric, but I'm a Caribbean girl. I wash my hair outside. The herbs are great for my grass. And with the tea rinses, it's so refreshing. It's very invigorating. Clothes in yard. Girl, that doesn't sound barbaric. I would love, honestly, I wish I had like a yard to do that because I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome. I know a lot of Caribbean people, and I said I know some, also a few people in certain countries in Africa use wash their hair outside. It's not barbaric. Brother says, I also use a garden hose to rinse. Listen, y'all making me jealous out here. I warm the water in a stock pot, but yes, it's easier with the hose. Thank you, Brownie. She said it's not barbaric. Yeah. It helps with the drainage, and you don't have to do all the cleaning in your bathroom from the herbs. Yes, yes. That's one part I never show, but yes, the cleaning of my bathroom after any herbal treatments, like what is happening in here. Hello from Croatia. Why can't I say that? Hi, Marco. Hello, hello. Brownie says the water was really warm that day, so I said, let me use it straight. And yeah, let's clean up and headache when it's outside. Yeah, let's clean up and headache. Yeah. Sharon says that red color from the henna was a happy surprise for me. Oh, yeah. That's awesome, Sharon. She says I'm extra. It takes a day and a half to wash. So, yes, I let the water cook down. Awesome. Hey, Cairo, how are you? Brenda Bell says sea moss gel for sure. Oh, because when I was giving her suggestions of what will give you hold, she said sea moss gel for sure. Yeah. Victoria says, also I want to start making my products for myself and my family. I noticed that after a month, the product started growing mold, even after using liquid Germal Plus preservative. What should I do? Victoria, I guess this is going to be the loaded question, but what are you using? Are you making your at-home DIY teas or what are you mixing in your products? So I guarantee you, if you're using natural ingredients, like let's say you're using a tea to make a product, yes, it's going to grow mold. You have to do an herbal extract if you're going to make products longer than like a month or two, because it's the it's the equivalent. This is something I learned too when I was formulating. You cannot just make a tea and brew that and then put it in a batch and then I know you're not selling, but in this case I'm saying and sell it because think about how long you could leave a tea out before it starts to get moldy and old, right? It doesn't take that long. Now you could put a preservative in it and it can help preserve it for a while, but I will say this, they call teas, even clays, certain herbs, they consider them hard to preserve products, okay? And that's just because the more natural they are, think about it. Any natural product, what does it do? It goes bad. It grows mold and goes bad. And that's fine. That's the point of using natural products. But if you want to use something, you have to use I would say, I don't want to say commercial grade, but like commercial grade products. You have to use herbal extracts. So if you're making your teas and stuff, you can't use them if you want your products to last longer than a month. If you want to use them, you have to use herbal extracts. You can preserve the tea and it can help preserve it a little bit longer, but it's not going to be the same as if they do it the proper extraction method, which is actually found in a lab, which can't say you can't do at home, but it's to get the quality standards of what you need and also to make sure that you're getting the actual medicinal benefits from said product. Just use the herbal extract. Let's see here. Yolanda says, I finally decided to set an appointment to a natural hair salon so I can get a professional trim. When I used to live in Jersey, I suffered from heat damage, so I was afraid to go back. Huh, sis, listen. I've actually been terrified to go back to the salon because of my bad heat damage experience. Um, Not only did the girl excessively cut my hair, I found out later on why she was a hater, but she was like mad that my boyfriend was dating me. She wanted my boyfriend to date her daughter. And so like I didn't know this at the time, but like she cut my hair and then she gave me severe heat damage. And it was a terrible experience and I've been traumatized ever since. I actually trimmed my hair last week when I put my hair into these twists. I might go over it again because I was like just doing it haphazardly, and I don't know if I took off enough, but I usually try to trim anytime I put my hair into mini twists. I haven't put my hair into mini twists in a little while, so I want to make sure that I get enough of the ends off. So maybe I'll kind of talk a little bit about that while I do my Tip Tuesday video, so you guys know that I don't talk about trimming too often on here, even though trimming is very, very important. Maybe that's what I'll make my topic about. I don't know. We'll see, but I'll definitely share a little bit more about that with you guys about how I trim and my trimming schedule. The issue why I didn't talk about it so often was because I was trimming so frequently last year, and I'm say the year before that. I have like excessive trimming issues, but also I just felt like my hair needed um I don't know, my hair needed to be cut. I don't know, I just didn't like how it was feeling. I didn't like how it was giving, so I just was trimming off what I didn't like, and I couldn't just trim off in one area, so I had to trim it all off. So it was like a cycle of where I felt like my hair was almost like the same length for a little while, and then I just kind of like this year in January, no, in December, I did my trim, and then we started these challenges to kind of grow it back. I don't know if you guys remember in January, I said, all right, I did a bigger trim than I intended. All right, I'm ready to grow my hair back this year. And that's why we started kind of all of these different challenges. I know there was a long roundabout way of what you asked, but yeah, that's all I'm saying. Lois says, can I use amla and brahmi powder every week as a mask on wash day? Um, uh, as a full mask, or like add a tablespoon each to your deep conditioner. I wouldn't necessarily use both every single wash day. I would maybe alternate your wash day. I'm assuming, oh, you do wash every week, you said, because brahmi can be very strengthening to your hair. I wouldn't say it's as strengthening as henna, but it has a lot of strengthening properties. Now your omelet is conditioning, but it's not extremely conditioning, and I would say to offset the brownie. So I would recommend starting every other wash day with it and seeing how your hair responds. Or you can literally just add like a tablespoon of almond and a tablespoon of brownie to your deep conditioner, and that will give you some all the same properties and benefits. Z Baby says, hi, Misty Blue. How long did your twist last this week? Mine lasted 6 days. Is she in the chat? Did I miss her? If she is, hey girl, I'm sorry I missed you. Yolanda says, I haven't gotten a good trim in 3 years. 3 years? Sis, it's time. Oh, we definitely gonna have a little discussion about that. I got y'all. Marie says, hey Michelle, hope everyone is well. Thank you. Hello. Nika says, I've had to start bleaching my whole tub and tiles because Lord the states. Listen, Nika, I gotta at this point almost bleach my walls because when I was like applying the henna and some other herb I did, man, the splatter, and then like later on, I didn't like wipe it down right away, and then like later when I went to wipe it down, it's like stains. It looks like it looks like somebody pooped on the wall and splatter, not like fully, but like splatter, and then like brown stains. I was like, gonna have to bleach my walls. Wonderful, yes, yes. Oh Lord, let's see. Let's see. Okay. Natural on a budget. Hey boo, how are you? Deborah says, hey Michelle, my cousins in the South always say rainwater. They said it helps your hair grow and strengthen the hair. What do you think? I've heard great things about rainwater. I don't know about strengthening your hair, but I do know it contains a number of vitamins and minerals. Um, yeah, when I used to live in the South, I actually used to collect rainwater too. Even though I would say we never collect the first rain. You collect the second rain because the first rain just brings all the pollution down, and then the second rain is supposed to be more, clearing. Or if it's been raining for like hours at a time, then you can get some buckets of rain. Um, I don't know about. I haven't really looked into like the research behind it, but I do know it was much softer to my hair than the water we were using in our faucets. And at that time, I really didn't know about like using distilled water, or yeah, just didn't use it, didn't know about it. And we would use rainwater, and it was bomb. Made my hair very, very soft. Yeah. Z Baby says, if you put your Ayurvedic teas in an ice tray and freeze them, how long can you put a cube from freezer, thaw, and use it? I would assume you probably can get probably a few months from it. I haven't done it. I don't know the official thing. Like I've used stuff, but I usually use it up within a month or two. Um, but probably could get at least, I don't see why you couldn't get at least 5, 6 months from it. Brown, well, what madness is this? Take the whole man, leave my hair alone. Oh, Brenda Bell says, freeze your, oh, scrolled up, sorry. Freeze your teas and products. The freezer is your natural preservative. Yes, yes. Sure says, please do. I have been over snipping. Yeah, I think a lot of us are. Yeah. MJ says, yes, please talk about trimming. Okay. All right. Sheila says, help with thinning edges, acne prone skin. So you want to focus, if you have thinning edges and you have acne prone skin, I would definitely recommend teas for you. Because if your skin's acne prone, then the oils might drip down onto your face and cause further acne issues. So I would focus on teas. Actually, this week's Tip Tuesday, I believe we are doing hair loss teas, hair loss herbs, which is going to be into a tea form. We're going to be using things like the green tea, amla, and black seeds. All are have like able to fight DHT loss and certain forms of alopecia. But also, Sheila, I just want to know or ask you, what is your edges, or why are your edges thinning? Are they from too tight hairstyles, braids, wigs, weaves, or is it something like more like hormonal issues, or do you not know? Z Baby says, I trust my husband to trim my hair before salon. They are scissor happy. Oh, yes. I don't know what it is about finding a good stylist or good salon to just make sure they like trim your hair or do what you ask. Don't always overdo or just become excessive with it. Portia says, my townhouse complex is being exterminated. Must I remove my herbal powders to make sure they are not contaminated? Also, the fumes only affect food, but I'm still not 100% confident about that. I would remove my herbal extracts. I just would. I have mine. Some of mine are in glass jars. I just got a bunch of them. I need to like figure out what to do with them. But anything that's in like a plastic container, I would probably just move out of the way. Jessica says, thanks. You're welcome, boo. Brenda Bell says, if you keep your hair in a protective style, you barely need to trim. I dust usually. I do a tiny trim when I do my protein treatment, like 1/8 of an inch. Yeah. I think, Brenda, I think that's very true. And I think also how you care for your hair in the protective style matters. And also the health of your hair prior to putting your hair into the protective style. But yeah, I think once you have your good routine down, you don't have to excessively trim. That was my problem. But yeah, I'll talk about it because I haven't really discussed it this year. I hadn't done a trim in a little while, and my ends weren't terrible. But I do equate that also to me being a lot more intentional this year, and also wearing my hair in twists pinned up for a large part of it. Yolanda says, just like you said, when I wash my hair and put it in smaller twists, I would trim the ends. However, I always felt like it wasn't good enough. Yeah, it depends. It really depends on, you have to really, I would say, the only issue I have with sometimes with people with trimming ends is they don't trim enough, right? And then you have an issue of where the trims are, or where the splits are like going up your hair shaft. If your hair is like really damaged, if your hair is not really damaged and you're doing your trims frequently enough and you're looking at your ends and you're being honest about how your ends look and feel, um, then I think it's okay to self trim. And I've been self trimming for years now. I was like, I couldn't even think of it. I'm like, I guess it's been like 10 years since I've been to a salon. I did get my hair braided by one of my mother-in-law's friends, and she gave me a light dusting. I wouldn't even say a trim, but I had asked her when she blew out my hair, I asked her, hey, how do my ends look? Because I've been the one trimming my hair for the last 10 years. And she was like, oh, she's like, your ends actually look really good. She's like, just a little bit I would take away. And she showed me, and it was just like a little tiny, maybe an eighth or a quarter of an inch. And that was fine. But again, also I say this, like being honest about, if the ends are scraggly, if they're split ends, there's a ton of single strand knots, being honest with yourself and saying like, all right, let me just trim this off. Let me stop holding on this little bit of whatever to say I have inches, right? So yeah. Lois says, thanks for answering my questions. I appreciate you so much. You're so welcome. So it says, hi, does Cool Cucumber says, hi, does Brahmi dry out your hair? Brahmi is a strengthening herb, so I wouldn't say it can strengthen your hair, and I guess in a sense dry it out because it's providing strength. So you just need to make sure you're adding moisture to your hair if you're using Brahmi, which is why I mentioned earlier to I forget who I'm sorry about doing omelet Brahmi treatments. I wouldn't do them every week because they have strengthening properties, so I would alternate them. Veronica says, yes, that wall over my sink is a hot mess with splashing of herb. See, yes. Yes. Um, Only 3 days before the fridge drove me crazy. I re-moisturized Wednesday and retwisted until Saturday. Hey, twice a week ain't bad, sis. Twice a week. Nika says, oh my God, saying the splatter have a very explosive diarrhea pattern to it. Yes, oh my goodness. Ben Chess says, would you ever shave your head to do something bold and different? I've already big chopped before, so I probably wouldn't go that short again. So I've already done the big, bold, and different before. I think if anything, I would probably cut back to armpit length again. We kind of talked about it last week. That is, I think, my lifestyle length, and I'll probably go back to that. I've thought about recently doing a little bit of color again. I don't know where that urge came from, and I was like, fight the urge. Y'all have met me in this period of my life where I've already done all the experimenting. I kind of sometimes wish I would have y'all were with me on the last 10-year journey, right? Where I cut my hair all the way down. I started with a little TWA, and I went through color, and I went through wigs, I went through weaves. I literally did everything possible that you could do with your hair during that time. So you're just catching me kind of in a phase where like I already know my hair, I know my regimen. I'm learning more about Ayurveda, learning how to introduce new and different herbs. Because before I was just using henna and amla probably exclusively. So I'm in a different stage of my life than experimenting. But I did think about the other day of doing like a color. I saw a YouTuber, one of my friends. She went. I think she had a. It was like a brassy. It wasn't blonde, but it was probably like a brassy bronze color. And I was like, ooh, that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. But I also don't want to deal with the annoyingness of, you know, touch ups and all the other stuff. I don't know. My lifestyle right now is not conducive to being extremely centered around doing my hair as I start my business. So I need something that's going to be like I can do my hair once a week and then I don't have to think about it again for another week. Yeah. Okay. Misty says, how long do you allow a coffee rinse to sit on the scalp before rinsing? You can leave it on your scalp for like an hour or two. I've been using, when I do my coffee rinses, sometimes I add them to my henna and just leave it on for the entire time of that I have my henna treatment. So I've actually had it on my scalp one time 4 or 5 hours. But I would say you probably need like 30 to 45 minutes to get your properties. If you want to leave it longer, you probably could do an hour or two. Z says 5 to 6 months from freezer. Yeah, yeah. She says, yeah, that's why I mentioned it. Everybody suggests oils to treat this. Yeah. Tamla says, are we supposed to be oiling our scalp during this challenge? You can if you want to. I've been using my teas on my hair. Now this week I did use an oil because I did the henna treatment and I didn't make a tea for the week, whether, I did my henna. But yes, I've been oiling my scalp. I've been doing whatever feels right for me. I know that seems like whatever taboo to say because it's a challenge and I'm supposed to be helping you guys out. But like on the weeks that I have the tea rinse, right? So like the first 2 weeks we use the tea rinse. And then this week we're going to be using a tea rinse. I'll spray that tea on my scalp. And if my scalp needs more, I might seal it in with an oil. But usually I just been using the teas. But listen to your scalp. I still also been doing some scalp massages. Not as frequently as I should be, but when I remember, I'll just go and give myself a nice scalp massage. I was actually doing it last night. I could tell my scalp was a little bit tender in some areas. So definitely, if you want to, I highly recommend using oils. I'm going to have a day where we do like a hot oil treatment and I talk about using oils then, but I'm trying not to, I guess the point of this challenge was I'm trying not to overwhelm you guys because I know sometimes people like see the list of everything and they just like, oh, check out. Like, oh, that's too much. I don't want to do all of that. So I'm just trying to focus on one herbal treatment a week. But if you're somebody who can handle doing more than one, which means like, oiling your scalp during the week, you should. Also, just because I'm not telling you guys to not spray the teas on your week or not do that doesn't mean you shouldn't be conditioning your hair or moisturizing your hair throughout the week if your hair gets dry. I'm not I'm only showing you guys wash day doesn't mean that you shouldn't be doing anything else to your hair throughout the week. It means you should be making sure your hair stays moisturized until the next wash day. Does that make sense? Sharon says, I've lost hair around my edges after the birth of my babies, and if I am really stressed. Okay, Sharon. So if that is the case, then I would highly recommend your green tea uh, as a spray, your green tea as a tea mix. Sorry, green tea is like a tea. Green tea, your black seeds. Honestly, the tea we're gonna make tomorrow, not tomorrow, but y'all will drop on Tip Tuesday, is a tea I'm gonna highly recommend for you because it does help with DHT and hormonal hair loss. Also, I want to recommend ashwagandha. Um, that is an adaptogenic herb, and that can really help you with that hormonal changes that are going on. You can use that as a tea. You can add that to your tea mixture, and also you can take that as a pill. Sheila says, for some time I did puffs. Sometimes I use the headband wig, making sure I protect and moisturize my hair under it. But I don't feel like I did anything in excess. But it may be a mix of all of the above. Sheila, are you talking about your edges? Sorry, I know I would be running my mouth as always. Sheila. What were we talking about, Sheila? Were you saying you were losing your edges? If you're okay, so if you're doing that and you can't figure out like the reason why you're like losing your edges, then go to your doctor to make sure there's nothing else internally going on or hormonal issues that are causing hair fall or hair loss, because that definitely can affect us, right? Also, if your buns are too tight, right? If your styles are too tight, like the pulling of your style up in a high bun all the time, that can also cause tension around here. And a headband wig can also cause rubbing around wherever the headband wig is placed. So that can also cause issues. I know sometimes we don't think we do stuff in excess, but doing something, using that every day, putting your wig in a puff every day, all that can cause tension around our edges, and that can definitely cause hair fall. And again, I'm going to recommend that tea that I'm going to be using on Tuesday. Oh, Sheila says, seems like my hairline follicles are weak right now. It even hurts at the most gentle touch. I just do twists and no hair added. Yeah, you probably have to like leave your hair completely alone. Give it time. You want to use herbs in this case. Also, you want to add some brahmi and some bringraj, BHRINGRAJ. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Um, those herbs, bringraj. Those herbs help to strengthen the hair at the follicle level. So try that into a tea, brew it into a tea, spray it on your edges. You don't even got to go crazy. And just try to dab it in to make sure it's getting to the hair follicle. And that will help to strengthen the hair down at the follicle level. Okay, those are strengthening at the herbs. I'm strengthening at the herbs. Goodness, strengthening at the follicle herbs. Um, Veronica says, how long you will suggest a head of hair in protective style? Extension use. Could do without washing with utilizing teas to refresh and moisturize. Okay, so whenever I have extension hair, and I'm going to highly recommend this, I would say 6 to 8 weeks max with a protective style with extensions. Um, and I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Because usually a lot of braids and a lot of locks and a lot of twist styles, you get that build up right at the root level, okay? And because of that, when you take down your hair, you have a lot of breakage and damage right there from the mix of the oils and on the butters that like cause a lot of mess. Okay. Now if you're doing, I would say if you're doing more of the new trend, which is the knotless, you tend to not get as much of the buildup. I was like, what do you call that? The buildup at the knot of the hair. So you might be able to wear those styles a little bit longer. But the thing is this, no matter what you're doing, you really should be cleansing your scalp still. And this is where I always say sometimes you just need to go ahead and take down that style, give your hair a refresh, make sure your hair is getting enough moisture, and then put it back into a protective style. 6 to 8 weeks, I know it doesn't seem like a long time, but it's actually quite a bit of time for your hair. And making sure you get in there to cleanse it properly is really what's going to help you to continue growing your hair at optimal health. Um, and yes, you can refresh your hair with your teas and everything. And I highly recommend you do that during this process. But again, I cannot stress the importance of shampooing your hair. And I know it's something we would like to avoid while we're protective styling because, it causes more frizziness or causes your style to undo and not last as long. But again, I always tell people, do you know how many girls I used to see who used to wear protective styles exclusively, never wore their hair out? Wigs, braids, this, that, and they take out their hair and they finally wear their hair out and their hair to their ear or to their chin. And it used to blow my mind, like, why? How is it possible that you had a protective style in for 6 years? And literally, they would just go out of one protective style and right to the next. And they would wear their protective styles for 3 to 6 months at a time. And they would wash it, put into another protective. And it dawned on me, it's like, they're not taking care of their scalp underneath. And a lot of times, I would see their scalp and be full of dandruff, thick layers of buildup and all this stuff. And their scalp is not breathing. Their scalp is not living. It's suffocating. And so learning that like scalp health, and this is why I stress so much about scalp health being key. Extensions and all that can be wonderful, but make sure you can reach your scalp. Make sure you're keeping your scalp clean and make sure you're refreshing and moisturizing your hair underneath. So yeah. Sheila says, seems like my hairline fell. Okay, I did. Thank you for answering my question. You're welcome, Portia. Misty Blue, you're the one with the fine hair porosity. Sisters, right? Yep. If so, I highly suggest you try sealing your twists with hair. Well, Z baby, what do you mean? Oh, with grease, with hair grease. Okay, I was like sealing your. Kara says, I have alopecia, combination skin. Yep. Yes, teas, and you do use oils. Oh, if you do use oils, immediately wipe down your face with a toner or witch hazel, especially your back if oils drip. Okay, perfect. Yeah. I'm a big fan. If you have a lot of issues with your skin, I'm always a fan of the teas. But if you want to use oils, that is a great suggestion, Cairo. Misty Blue says, some of the best trims I had were at one of those supercut salons for $19.99. Oh, girl, you brave. You brave. Because I'm telling you, anytime I would go to a supercuts, there was nobody in there that looked like me. And I was like, oh, nobody, you can't cut my hair. I'd be scared. Melissa says, I mainly leave hair in twists, especially lately. Got good 4 weeks. That's awesome. That's a good amount of time. That's good. See, baby says that herb splatter ain't no joke. For reals, though. For reals. Nika says, I love when stylists are honest and actually investigate your ends for damage. Too many see frizz and automatically say, oh, that's split ends. Your hair is damaged. Yes. Oh, my goodness. Yes. Girl, get you some colorful hair paint wax and satisfy that urge. You know what? You're right. I said I was going to do that. So let me go ahead and do that, actually. Sheila says, length retention tips. I feel like I do everything right and it just doesn't work. Sheila, can you tell me what you're doing? Because people say that and that means different things for everybody. But length retention comes, and this is why we're in the protective style challenge. Length retention comes from really leaving your hair alone and making sure it's moisturized, sealed, and left alone. I don't know if you saw the style I did on Tuesday, but if you look at the last 3 Tuesdays, Tip Tuesday videos that I posted, I moisturized my hair and I left my hair alone in that style the entire week. Literally today is the only day I took my hair out because I'm about to film. But my hair was in that style all week and I used my leave-in spray throughout the week to re-moisturize my hair. I only need to do it one other time because when your hair is bound together, it helps to retain moisture so much longer. But for me, length retention it's really about leaving your hair alone after it's moisturized and all that. So I would like to know what your routine is. Like, how often are you shampooing, deep conditioning, protein treatments, moisturizing, and leaving your hair alone? Because, doing everything right can mean different things to everybody. Z Baby says, Michelle, we are all praying against you cutting your gorgeous hair. And yes, we know it ain't none of our business. I love you guys. So I said I'm gonna hold off for a little while. Sharon says, what does the coffee rinse do? And I see someone else said that, does coffee rinse have a good benefits for the hair? as well as the tea rinses. Yes. Y'all missed my coffee video. I have a whole video about coffee. But yes, coffee contains the caffeine in coffee actually helps to speed up hair growth. So it is great for hair growth. It's great for shine, helping you to retain moisture. It can also help stain. Like I used it in combination. I used two things in that video. I made a coffee oil and I used coffee in my henna mixture to make my henna a darker, richer brown color instead of giving me more of that reddish. So it can help stain your hair a little bit of a darker color with repeated use. Okay. Nika says that touch-up stress is the main reason why I never colored my hair. School, lab, and work was always way too demanding to be worried about hair. Yes, right, sis. Nika, you already know. Like right now, if you guys don't know, and I always say this, but like I'm back at work for 3 days a week in the office. It was one thing when I was home, and I had more flexibility to like make hair products while I'm home and in a meeting, and I'm doing like multiple things at one time. But now being in the office, I don't have the flexibility and availability like I used to. And so I'm even more limited with my time and worrying about, oh, getting my hair touched up every 6 weeks or 8 weeks. It just feels like a lot of extra stuff. Also, I know as someone who's already had color in their hair for multiple times, I had blonde hair, I had strawberry blonde, I had red, I had brown. Oh, child, I did all of these crazy things to my hair. Um, the upkeep that's required. Like I can't just leave my hair alone. I can't put my hair into a twist and moisturize it one time and just leave it alone and think, oh, it's gonna be fine. Colored hair demands way more attention, way more strengthening treatments. Being intentional about making sure your hair is moisturized, make sure it's strengthened, along with your touch-ups, along with everything else. Been there. I've been there and done that multiple times, multiple times. Um, yeah, it's a lot of stress when you're also now really trying to focus on your business. And y'all, right now, I'm really trying to grow my business. I want to expand just a little bit more before I decide if I want to take that leap and do this full time. And everybody, I know it's hard because like definitely like doing so well, and I'm very very happy. I just it's also that fear of like, what if I fail? But what if I fail, right? And also it's like that fear of like for me, I've been at my job for 11 years and not in just this position, but I've grown from like ad administrator, I mean from like a admin to coordinator to manager to assistant director. Like I've definitely like, grown in my career. And so like getting to a place right now where like the financial, like it feels good to be like, oh, I'm set and I'm stable, right? And then it's also like, yeah, but I have my dream job, like my dream career. Forget my job. I have a dream career of like making products and helping you guys and being present and all that. So it's always that split of like making sure I obviously still right now currently give to what's giving me my consistent salary, but also pursuing my dreams and my career. And right now, like outside of doing what I do for Tip Tuesday on my hair, I really try not to focus too much more of the week on my hair. I want to do one style. I want to wash my hair for you guys. I want to do one style. I want to leave it alone. I want to moisturize it once or twice if I need to throughout the week with my leave-in spray, and I'm out. I don't have time because I really want to focus on my business. I don't know how I got on that tangent, but I just thought you should know. Okay, let me scroll up. Let me get back to my life. Sorry, let me get back to y'all lives because I just be on some tangents over here. Um, oh, Melissa said coffee rinses help aid in growth and also somewhat darken the hair and strengthen it too, is what I understand. Thank you, Melissa. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep. Okay. Hey, Deidre. Hey, girl. That's my other herb queen over here. Hey, boo. Sheila says, yes, the whole hairline is weak. I already went to the doctor and everything seems right. I take supplements, MSM, etc. I have a good diet. Yeah, if that's still the case, then I would definitely recommend those herbs that I suggested for you. And just start using them as a tea just to help strengthen that area. Yeah. Z Baby says, Michelle, do you think castor oil is great for edges? Castor oil can be great for edges. I will say a lot of people don't use castor oil correctly. They use it straight from the bottle, but you should actually mix your castor oil with a carrier oil to help it not be so thick. But it does have a lot of strengthening. It does have a lot of properties to help regrow hair. on the best castor oil. There's probably a debate, but it's either going to be Jamaican or black or Haitian black castor oil. I don't know which one is better, but between the Jamaican black and the Haitian black castor oil, those are the ones that have the most nutrients and benefits for your hair. Sheila says, I have been spraying Amla and Emerson at roots. Would this help? I have been doing some green and black tea rinses as well. That should definitely help. Also, again, I said mention the Brahmi and the Bringraj. I would add those herbs to your tea because those, again, work down at the follicle level. So yeah, I would add those. Sharon says, the protective style you showed in your last video is great. I can do it with no hairpins. Hairpins always give me a headache. Thank you, thank you. You're so welcome, Sharon. Yeah, that's literally that is like my favorite hairstyle. If I'm back at work and I don't have anything else to do, I will put my hair into the three little twists and pin it back up and be out the door in 25 seconds. Like I love easy, simple, but like professional. And someone on my video, I don't know what video they were watching, they're like, I can't do protective styles. They're so ugly and they're so this and they're so that. And I was like, girl, stay tuned to the end or stay tuned to the other videos I have. Like protective styles don't have to be ugly. They don't. I think, again, we talk about really accepting your hair, learning to love your hair and how to style your hair, right? Styling it that makes you feel your best. And there's a ton of styles out here. So yeah. Jackie says, hi, Michelle. What do you think about me using onion juice, cayenne pepper, and also garlic as a pre-poo on my hair every wash? Or should I use this treatment in my hair every other wash day? So they're definitely, are you going to, I should just ask, what is your intention of using them? Are you using it to help stop hair fall and help grow your hair? What is your intention? Because I will say this, if you use that regularly on your hair is going to smell like onion juice and garlic all the time. It's going to be very difficult for it to like get out of your hair and it's going to be embedded. So if I were you, I would recommend every other wash day to use them if you want to use it that much. Onion juice is great for fighting hair fall. It also has DHT properties to help block excess DHT. Cayenne pepper has the what is it called? It's a thing in there that helps to cause your hair growth. Garlic also rich in sulfur. So is your onion and encouraging hair growth. But I feel like there's also other ways that you can use, or other herbs that you can use that may not stink so much, for lack of better words. Hi, baby. You decided to come in here? You're not scared of that light? Hi. You want to come this way? Come this way. Okay. All right. On a budget says coat button is also a good substitute if you don't have access to Bringraj. Coat button? I've never heard of that. And Marie says I put the satin from the sponge rollers underneath my wig cap and it helps keep my edges. It is my crown area. That is the mess. Oh, Marie, have you been here for our chat about CCCA? If your crown area is a mess, highly suggest you go to your doctor, ask for a blood test because a lot of times that is actually due to vitamin deficiencies and hormonal issues and not necessarily just to topical issues, right? It can be. I'm not saying it cannot be, but a lot of times for us, especially, I've had CCCA that was due to my low iron. And so I would highly recommend you do that most importantly. Because putting a wig on it to cover it up is one thing, but if you really want to help it to grow back properly, find out what's causing it. Casper to y'all says, hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Thank you. You're so welcome. Patricia says, hi, Michelle. Hello, dear. She says, maybe I'm doing wrong in the leaving hair alone part. I'm leaving where everybody judges how my hair looks. Wash once a week, deep condition every week, tea rinse twice a month, massage every 2 days. Protein treatment once a month, moisturize and still every day. So Sheila, maybe you don't need to moisturize and still every single day. Maybe that's a bit much with manipulation. Is it twist every day of the week? You twist every day of the week? Oh, if you're twisting your hair every single day of the week, that's a lot of manipulation. And then redo some of the twists as needed. Okay, so Sheila, it sounds like you have a good wash day, protein treatment, moisturizing regimen, except for two things. I think you don't need to moisturize and seal your hair every single day. Is your hair really that dry? I'm not saying your hair has to be dry to moisturize it, but I'm asking you, like, if you don't, is your hair dry the very next day? And if so, then I need you to consider the products that you're using. You might be using products that are not agreeable to your hair because your hair really shouldn't be that dry that often and that fast. And also, you really shouldn't be twisting your hair every single day. That is excessive, and that can cause so much breakage from too much manipulation. I highly recommend finding a twist style that you like and leaving your hair for a minimum of 7 days, or 6 days. And if you want to wear your hair out one day, then do that. But really join us on this challenge because I feel like this will help you to find some protective style that you like. If you don't like, and if you're living in an area where people are judging you, you don't have to wear twists if twists don't look good on you. You don't like the way you look with that. Try some of the styles I recommended, like the twist bun, which is just your hair pulls up in a bun and you do like 5 twists and you put into like a nice bun up top. I have tuck and roll styles on my channel, bun styles that are cute and not necessarily like extremely tight and extremely pulled. Um, I don't know. I have to think. But if you go to my homepage of my channel, you can see a ton of videos. I added them all to my homepage of protective styles that I've done. I'm gonna bet it's the constant manipulation of your hair every single day that's causing you to not retain length. Because everything else seems okay. Like if you're shampooing your hair that often and deep conditioning, massaging, your hair is growing. You're just not retaining it because you're manipulating it too often. Sharon says, okay, I'm going to look for those coffee videos. Yes, yes, okay. Nika says, I need to see these hair colored pictures. All right, I'm going to find them for you. I'm pretty sure I have them in some phone. I'll send them to you, boo. Sassy says, hello, everyone. Hi, Michelle. I'm late. Sorry. It's okay. It's okay, girl. Oh, and I need to pick a winner. I'm sorry, because I said I was going to pick a winner, and then Jesus. Um, let's see. Oh, Sheila, you said I meant wear twists. How often do you keep your twists, Sheila? All right. Then I'm going to scroll up and pick a winner real quick because I should have did that a little while ago. Okay, I'm going to just... Okay, where are you guys at when you start commenting? Did I scroll past it? Okay. So Vaughn Brown, are you still on the chat, Vaughn? If you are, can you DM me? You won the twisting cream. And I just said for any guys who are on the chat right now, I just mentioned that I don't know if I'll be posting every week about a giveaway, but I'm going to be doing random giveaways, probably like in the chat or just randomly on a Tip Tuesday. Also, I was saying that also on my Shop Now I'm Nappy page, I'm going to be doing random giveaways in the story, to try to get like more people to follow that page and just to be more engaging. So yeah, I was saying now you never know where the giveaway is going to happen, so you got to follow me everywhere. No, but I'll probably be doing some every week, at least once in here for you guys because y'all show up every week, and I appreciate y'all. Okay, let's see. Where was I? Where was I now? Okay. Okay, Missy Blue, no, not extensions. I meant hair grease seals fine hair and high porosity hair really well without buildup. Try it on 2 or 3 of your twists. Okay. Well, I will say this, just be careful with grease buildup. I know you said it doesn't build up. Not all grease is created equally. And whenever you use grease, you want to make sure that you are shampooing it out of your hair. And you might need something a little bit stronger to shampoo it out of your hair. Nika says your tangents are life. Thank you. Natasha says my hair in the front is a different texture altogether. Front coarse, back soft. Generally all fine hair. Do they need different treatments? It depends on if your current treatment is not giving your hair the moisture or whatever you're doing. Like if you're deep conditioning, if your hair is not soft after you deep condition your hair, or one part of it's soft and the other part isn't, then yes, I would definitely treat each section differently. I actually have a crown. Actually, have a crown. I actually have a section in the crown of my hair that is completely different texture, and it's from when I had CCCA. My hair still to this day is not, it's never perfectly the same as the rest of my hair. Uh, it's much more coarse to the touch. I'll say rough to the touch, and it just doesn't absorb products the way it should. It's really funny acting, and so I actually have been just taking that section and then treating it differently, giving it more protein than the other section, or giving it more moisture, sealing it with a heavier product or butter. So I definitely think it's okay to treat your hair differently if the routine that you're doing is not working, right? If you feel like when you do a protein treatment on your whole entire hair, the front gets too hard, but the back is perfect, right? And so maybe then you just divide your hair in half and you do that protein treatment on the back of your hair, and the front just needs conditioning. So you can treat each section of your hair according to how or the needs of the hair if you're noticing what you're currently doing is just not working. Brown said, when I saw the protective style ugly comment, I just shook my head. Yeah. Yeah, girl. People have so many, I think, preconceived ideas about things that it's sad, and I feel like we have to retrain ourselves to think what is beautiful, um and learn to accept our hair and all things. I think so many people, and I was guilty of this too. Like, I used to think my hair was only pretty like whenever we'd have like a wedding or an event or something. I would always have to be like, oh, I have to straighten my hair. Oh, I have to straighten my hair, as if my natural curls or kinks or style wasn't professional enough or wasn't pretty enough or wasn't this or that. So like, I try not to get too annoyed when I see comments like that, even though it can be a bit triggering. But learning that everybody's not the same journey at the same place that you are, um, and also not everybody has maybe the same support systems around them. Maybe they don't see natural hair. When I first moved to Philly, natural hair was not a thing. Everybody had weaves. I'm talking about weaves and wigs, and it wasn't even cute weaves and wigs. It was just people would have them for the sake of having them, right? Because it was just a thing to do. And when I came around, people were looking at me 6 ways crazy, like, "Oh, you wear your hair natural? Oh, you're just one of those natural chicks, like." You're like one of them Erica Badu chicks. And it's like, okay, like, I don't know what that means, but I mean, that's cool. I think she's dope anyways. Or they, people, men would be like, oh, here come Jill Scott, right? And it's like, okay, I'm talking about black men. And I think society has a long way to go. We as a people within our own communities and cultures have a long way to go of accepting our own hair. So many people will wear their hair or be natural and wear wigs or braids or weaves completely, and have not truly learned to do their own hair, to protect the style of their own hair, to love their hair in every facet. And so I try not to be overly critical, even though sometimes it can be triggering. And I just try to show them, like, instead of me telling you protective styles can be beautiful, I'd rather just show you. I'd rather just put my hair in a style, and at the end of the video, let it speak for itself, right? And that's why you guys get that slow mo always at the end of the video of whatever style I'm wearing, because I want you to see how it makes me feel. Like, if you how you feel, how you present yourself, really can tell the world of how the world will respond back to you. Again, another whole tangent. All right, let me scroll back down. Maggie says, only started the challenge last night and I loved the twist. Awesome, awesome. I'm so glad. Some people will always think of our hair as ugly, and it's sad. Yeah, yeah. Natasha says, what do you use to grow edges and reduce grain? Please, thanks. So I would say first and foremost, what's causing your edges to thin? Is it hormonal? Is it vitamins? I'm talking about vitamin deficiencies. Is it tension? What's causing them? Because that can be a big factor. If you're doing something, then I need you to stop. If you're wearing too tight hairstyles, then you should stop doing that immediately to give those hair follicles a rest. And then I would suggest you using herbs like, you can use a tea rinse. And we're gonna actually do a tea rinse this coming week, with amla, saw palmetto, green tea, black seeds. You can make an oil out of this. You can use a tea rinse out of this, and giving yourself a light massage to make sure your hair follicles stay stimulated. You also do want to add herbs like brahmi and bringraj. They help to strengthen the hair follicle down at the root level. Amla and fenugreek, and I want to say I have to look, but I think it's bringraj actually also help to reduce premature graying of the hair. Oh, Z baby says capsicum, and cayenne pepper. Yes, that is a word that I cannot pronounce. Z baby, and that is what I was talking about. Is in the cayenne pepper. That or that particular thing in the cayenne pepper actually cayenne pepper. I kept saying cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper helps to increase hair growth. Yes. How to use foti herb powder on your hair? I've never heard of foti herb powder. What is that? I have to look now. I don't know what foti is. I have no clue. I have to look it up. I've not heard of it. New herb for me, so I'll definitely take a look at it. Tamla says, what would you recommend after someone who lost their hair after chemotherapy? So after chemo, I mean, I would definitely make sure everything is approved by your doctor before you start anything. I actually just had this whole conversation with my girlfriend. Oh, I would use black seeds because they actually were showing that the ooh child, why can I think of the component in it? But there's a component in it that can help with hair growth for those who suffer from chemo. But I would use black seeds, nettle, horsetail, alma, saw palmetto, and I would use it in either a tea or an oil. Those herbs are powerful, powerful herbs. Especially if you do nothing else, I would recommend the black seeds. If you do nothing else, that one for sure. But all of those are great. Marie says the blood test shows I am vitamin D deficient. Everything else was normal. I don't know, so I've upped my vitamin game. The sugar is real. I'm menopausal too. Thanks. Oh, so Marie, yeah. If you're vitamin D deficient, it's similar-ish into the sense of what I'm saying about with iron deficiency, and that you really have to get your levels up to normal before you start to see any real benefits or effects of growing the hair back in your areas. Our vitamin deficiencies can cause so much when it comes to hair fall. So try to make sure you get your levels up. Work with your doctor. Also, sometimes like it kind of annoys me, but sometimes the doctor will just say, "Oh, you're deficient in this," and then not give you the tools to help you get to a normal level, right? So if you can, if you need a shot, a vitamin D shot, or if you need whatever, make sure you get that from your doctor. If you need foods that are rich in vitamin D, I would highly ask your doctor to do that. I know mushrooms are rich in vitamin D, high levels of vitamin D. Get out in the sun can also help with that. That will really help to bring you up to a level where you can see something different. You can use those topical herbs again that I suggested earlier for your hair, but really focusing on getting your vitamin D levels up will help the issue. Vaughn says, "Hi, yes, I'm still here. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Vaughn. You're welcome." Okay, she says, "I keep them in the whole week. Just move them around because I work out. Sometimes I need to be outside on a farm, and I wear a hat, etc. It's highly complicated. I need somebody like you as a neighbor." Yeah. In that way, I protect my face, acne-prone skin, and cover my hair from the sun and environment. It's complicated. Some things don't agree with the others. I'll check out your protective styles. Okay, yeah, yeah, Sheila. And if you are you on social media at all, Sheila? Because we can chat offline too, and I can help you with some things. You might need a little bit more like I don't want to say sunscreen type, but like sun blockers for your hair. I wonder if your hair is really dry on a regular because you're outside that often. But we can definitely talk offline if you like. Veronica says, "Congrats to the winners." Okay, we appreciate you. You're welcome. Hi, Michelle. Thank you so much for your good advice. I'm using the onion juice treatment for my thin edges and also to strengthen my hair volume. Okay, okay. Maggie said, "I had the same issues with textures, but after shaving my hair is growing out with the same texture." That's interesting. So I wonder, was the texture change associated to how you were caring for your hair in different sections? Because I'm gonna say this, like when I first started and I'm not saying you're first starting, but when I first started going natural, a lot of times I wouldn't necessarily part my hair perfectly down. So I wasn't applying product evenly to my hair. So some hair was always feeling softer or more conditioned, and other hair always I thought was just, oh, this section is naturally drier. But it's because I wasn't taking the time to part my hair to make sure that I applied product evenly. Um, and therefore there was that was causing my hair to be drier. If you part your hair in the same set thing and you don't like, literally and I didn't part in four at the time, but imagine parting your hair into four and then never going into each section, like parting each section within that and moisturizing it. You just moisturized the entire section outside of it, but forgot the intersection. And you couldn't figure out why the inner parts of your hair were always breaking. And it's hard to notice it like when your hair is down, right? Because it just feels like, oh, well, this is always dry. This is always dry. And you're not thinking like, okay, that's where I part my hair at. And I never moisturize the middle. I always moisturize the edges, right? So really being intentional about like caring for your hair sometimes can make it seem like um, your hair is growing back the same, but it also, if you do the same hair practices that you were doing before, you could have the same type of issues, as in your texture when it gets longer is different because you're not moisturizing your hair all properly. Now that's just it may not, it may be, it may not be, but I know that how we treat our hair has a bigger effect sometimes on our texture than just shaving it down. Oh boy. Are we trolling here? Um I think we're gonna block this person. Okay. Oh, okay. I had the same issue. Okay. Remember, high porosity hair doesn't hold onto moisture, so even hair grease wears off, i.e., evaporates. I'm speaking as a high porosity girl, and in that the strands are fine. Okay, okay. Stephanie says you are so appreciated. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome, Stephanie. Being natural requires emotional support for people that don't have somebody to share this beauty. It can be hard sometimes. Oh, I get it. I get it. Sheila, when I first went natural, I would say this, there was nobody around me that was natural and didn't get support from anybody. I found support in an online community and on a hair board. That was my support system at the time. And let me tell you, everybody thought I was going through some type of crisis. Oh, you cut your hair, you're going through something. You must be going through something. I'm like, no, I'm returning natural. And they were like, they hated every last bit of it. And it's funny because my relaxed hair wasn't long by any means. It was literally shoulder length or chin length sometimes. So they were just like, "How could you cut off all your long, beautiful hair?" And I was like, what long, beautiful hair?" And I feel you, but like people were literally, the idea of being natural was so taboo, was so looked down on. Like it's crazy that they thought like that weak, straight, relaxed hair was better than my short, natural hair. Maggie says, you are helping learn how to look after and appreciate my hair. I appreciate it, Maggie. I'm hoping that is the goal. That is the goal here. See, baby says, I don't use hair grease weekly, only for my week-long twist, or if I want a twist out to last a week. Okay, I can see that. Like, I'll say this, I'm not necessarily not a fan of grease, because I've seen some naturals who use it, and it works wonderful for them. I'm not a fan of it, but I know plenty of people who are, and it's a great, as you say, it's a great sealant. It is a great sealant. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna say do accordingly. If that's working for you, do accordingly. Let me mind my business. Sassy says I went natural because I was moving to Africa, thinking I'd be accepted more. To my surprise, I was looked down at in Africa. Since being here, the natural hair movement has finally caught up with me. Yeah, when I first went to Africa, when I went to Kenya, actually there was like nobody there that was really natural. I'm sure they were natural underneath, but everybody had a wig or weave on, and their wigs and weaves were not the best at all. But it didn't matter because it was just like my hair is straight. Whatever it looks like, it's straight, and that straightness was better than nappy, right? And like at the time, I was natural, and I wore a wig half the time. I didn't wear it the whole entire time. That's like my biggest regret for me was that I didn't, because like I wish I could have just shown like, you know what, natural hair is beautiful, and it doesn't mean that I'm poor, because they were like, it was also ideas that like you couldn't afford, if you like, you couldn't afford a weave, so you didn't have money, so like you were like poor if you didn't have a weave in your hair. There was a lot of misconceptions about that there, and I hear things have changed, are changing, not completely changed, are changing in different countries. It's a journey, y'all. It is such a journey. Michelle, when we do not appreciate our Afro textured hair, we are not being honoring to Jesus nor ourselves. Yeah. Patricia says, do you have to keep tea rinses refrigerated? Yes, you should definitely keep your teas refrigerated and toss them after 7 days. Oh, capsaicin. Capsaicin. Ah, thank you, Z baby. I love you, Bill. Linda said, I'm enjoying your tantrums. Thank you, Linda. Has your PCP checked your thyroid or hormone levels? Yes, I work for a family doc MD who's big on testing all of that. Either one of those can affect hair growth. Yes, definitely can. Carl said, I learned my bonnets were not helping my edges. Now I wear one that ties, but it's loose enough. It doesn't rub on my edges or nape. Yeah, thank you, Carol, for mentioning that. That's actually really, really important. Sometimes your bonnets, you're rubbing at night, rubbing, can definitely pull your edges. So I actually use a scarf, tie my scarf down, and then do my bonnet. But what's her name gave me? She sent me the Queen's Closet. She sent me a bonnet that ties, and I love that. It's all silk around everything, and then it ties, so you can actually make sure it doesn't rub while you sleep. Bomb. Okay. Maggie says, could you list all those herbs somewhat? I am also growing my hair after chemo. Sure. I'm just going to type them real quick. Okay. Chloe says salmon also has high D levels as well. Thank you. Yeah, Sheila, if you can find me on Instagram, it's NowIamNappy. We can definitely chat about that a little bit later. And Tasha says, thank you, sis, for a previous response. What is a simple DIY protein treatment? Excuse me, y'all. You can do like a DIY one. The simplest one is probably the gelatin packets that you can get that like you use to make jello. You can add that to like a deep conditioner. It is as simple as you're gonna get. If not, I'm gonna tell you. The only video I have is where you actually formulate a deep conditioner. But you can also add protein. Like you can buy protein, hydrolyzed protein, like your oat protein, your wheat proteins, and add them to your like a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons to your deep conditioner to give you a protein treatment. Sassy Rare Breed says, I have the best non-synthetic vitamin D. It absorbs into the body very quickly and efficiently. All my clients use this maker. Sassy, are we sharing? Please, I need it. DM me, please, Sassy. Or tell us in the chat, girl. Congrats. Oh, congrats. Okay. I was negative 30 after my 23 surgeries and tried all kinds. Oh my goodness. Been wanting to try rice water again, but then I saw and I read up on quinoa water. Seems very interesting, and since I have some quinoa in my cupboard, I think I might just go ahead and try it. Girl, go ahead and try it. Come try it and come back and report to us. YouTube is helping things to change. Yeah, Sassy, YouTube is definitely helping things to change, and it's over time. And YouTube has been around for a while, and I think the more people get on YouTube, more people get on social media in general, and they start seeing natural hair grow and not just grow, but see it in different types and different ways. Also, if the media would stop using only girls in the type 3 category with those curly spiral curls, where that a lot of Black women are like aspiring to something that may not be their hair type or hair texture, to accept, everything or anything that grows out of your hair, which means your kinks, your tight coils, your no coils, your zigzags, your waves, your anything that comes out of your hair, to love and accept it. Brownie says, wow, interesting. In the Caribbean before, wearing a wig was considered to be old people style. Now wigs are a millionaire industry. It's crazy how times have changed. Yes, yes. Lois says, "Is it okay to send you a picture of my head so you can see my hair and scalp through an email? I would just like your thoughts." Yeah, you can definitely send it. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm watching one of your videos on Instagram right now. Oh, okay. Michelle, mention the bonnet again, please. Thanks. Yeah, I will. I'll actually drop that in the chat for you guys. Give me a second. Oh, come on, internet. I love how my internet just decides today. Oh, are we freezing up? Can you hear me? Okay. I think it was just being funny. So this is where is my internet freezing up on you guys? Can you still hear me? Or is that just my computer? Goodness. Y'all, this computer is gonna be the death of me. Okay. Hey T, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm trying to get this this link set for you guys. No. There we go. Copy. Paste. Why do you hate me so much today? If you use Prince, which is my last name, at checkout, you can get, I think she put free shipping. But it's the bonnet that she has. Let me see if it's the, yeah, the scrunchies and bonnet wraps. She has them that tie. And they're all silk lined. Okay, let me go back now. Let me go back. Cool Cucumber says, "What is the best way to use Brahmi powder?" I like to use it in an oil, but you can also use it in a mask treatment. So you can add it to a mask. I sometimes add it to my henna mask, but oil, or you can make a tea out of it. So brew it as a tea and spray it on your hair. I have a Brahmi oil that I actually have a video of. It's Brahmi and amla and other herbs. It's an earlier video I did back before a lot of y'all knew who I was. But I was doing Ayurvedic oils in the very beginning. So if you go back, you just type in, if you type in NowIamNappy Brahmi, it should pop up. It's a Brahmi oil. One of my favorite ways to use it. Okay, thank you, ladies. Jackie says, "Hi, Michelle. I drank moringa tea bag and also almond tea. It was very bitter. Is this good for my hair?" Yeah, they're both. Those are both good for your hair and good internally for you. I like moringa tea. It's an acquired taste. Almond is more bitter than anything else. Um, so it's up to you. If you don't like to drink it as a tea, try it in a smoothie. They're actually really good in smoothies and fruit smoothies. Just add a scoop of each into a fruit smoothie and bomb. You probably will like that a lot. And yes, they're good for your hair. I actually have videos on both moringa for the hair and amla for the hair. Z Baby said, "I just learned I can't use hairpins, bobby pins. Week 1, I tried pinning my twist up at night before putting on a scarf. When taking pins out, I heard and felt them snagging my hair. Ow, ouchie, ouchie. Um, hmm. It's funny that you mentioned that, and just in general, though, I was just thinking, I actually am allergic to bobby pins. I'm allergic to the metal in the bobby pins. I've always wanted to make my own bobby pin that's not metallic. And also doesn't have these little balls at the end. Like the little balls at the end are what get caught in a lot of things. Um, so I feel you, and maybe we'll make do without using bobby pins. I'll try to find some styles that won't use too many bobby pins. I'll think about that. Okay, T says, I have a question. I have high porosity hair and just washed my hair last week and it itches like hair. I use OC braid spray. I used oil on my hair twice last week. My question is, how often should I spritz my hair without causing product buildup? What is a good, oh, sorry, that's a different question. Should I use a moisture butter? Okay, question. Are you using extension hair, T Smith, or are you using your own hair? And you said your hair itches like hair. Do you mean like if you added oh like oh like hell. Okay, okay. Um and are you using extension hair? I'm just because a lot of times people are allergic to that hair, so you may just need to take it out. That can cause excessive itching. If you're using your own hair, then you might need to you might need to cleanse your hair every week. And what is in that braid spray? That's also my other question. If there are products in that braid spray that has silicone in it or anything that can is not water soluble, you're gonna have to shampoo your hair every week. Um, I recommend honestly using a tea over a braid spray if you're using that on your scalp. I would use a tea on my scalp and maybe the braid spray down the length of my hair. Um, oh, you said that it is extension, but I washed and conditioned. Girl, let me tell you about extension hair. I actually have oh Jesus, let me block this person. Oh, this is disgusting. Okay, sorry, had to get rid of that troll. So before I use it, I've used braid spray for years. So I would say it could be the hair. Honestly, a lot of people have a lot of issues with the hair. The plastic in the hair, the coating on the hair can be actually very, um, I'm sorry, I was just really annoyed by that comment. Yeah, I see you, TL Care. That's so unnecessary. Um, but yeah, sometimes people can be allergic to the coating of the hair and also just the hair in general. So I would just be really, really careful. I know extension, we've all used extension hair for forever, for years, me included. But I did a video a few years ago about is extension hair toxic or Kanekalon hair toxic? And of course, it was about like what the hair is made out of and how it can really affect some people. And the excessive itchiness is one of the traits of that. So I would just suggest to be very careful. With that, if your hair is still itching for another week, I know you don't want to hear this, but I probably would take out the braids. I would try an apple cider vinegar water rinse on your hair to help remove some of that layer from your hair. When it comes to extension hair, I'm just not necessarily a fan of it, and a lot of people have the same issue. And you can spritz your braids with it. I would not necessarily use it on your scalp, but you're saying your scalp is was itching, which is makes me think that it's the hair. And I wouldn't necessarily use a butter on braids, on extension braids. I would not because I feel that's going to cause a lot of buildup, and then when you take down your hair, it's not going to be great. Sheila says, I read that almond powder internally can cause weight loss. I avoid doing it because of that. I'm 110 pounds. I just use it externally. Sheila, I wish that was my problem. I need to lose some weight, but I have not read necessarily about it causing weight loss. I know it's rich in vitamin C and other vitamins and minerals, but I have not really heard of it using people using it for hair fall. I'm actually just looking off to the side because that's actually where my bag of henna is. I mean henna, and my bag of amla is. Mm, I don't know. I've never really heard of that. Even on the bag, they don't talk about using it for hair fall. I mean, for weight loss, more so to help rejuvenate your body and give it nutrients and vitamins. But interesting. Um, Misty Blue says, "Is it okay to spray the tea daily or too much moisture?" You may not need it daily. I don't. I will say the only time if you need something daily on your hair, then try to use like a leave-in that's formulated with conditioner, so that way your hair can get like the moisture that it really needs. And then if you want to use a spray, use it like 2 to 3 times a week. Stephanie says, "Good afternoon, Queen. My question is, my hair sheds extremely bad every time I pick it out. I'm not sure if it sheds like this because I cut my locks off in May. What do you suggest I use?" So, is it shedding or is it breakage, dear? Because those are two very different things. Are the strands that when you're picking it out, are they short or are they long and have a little white bulb at the end? If they're long and have a white bulb at the end, then yes, that's shedding. But if they're small, that means that's breakage. And honestly, picking out your hair often like that can cause a lot of breakage and damage to your hair. So I'm guessing that your hair is probably a bit weak right now, probably from being in the locks and then picking them out, right? That's a lot of manipulation from removing the locks. And I know people, I don't know how they did it, but I've seen locks removal, and your hair just might need right now like a good protein treatment. So I would highly suggest that, number one, you stop picking your hair out, and I would highly suggest trying a protein treatment. And also, if your hair is truly shedding, just know our hair sheds about 150 to 100 strands every day. So you're maybe not used to the amount of hair that is coming out because you had your hair in locks for a long time. So all the hair that you're combing out, you're just seeing it and it's like causing a lot of worry, but it might just be a normal amount. If you feel like your hair is shedding, you can try herbal tea rinses like your green tea, um, your black seeds, and work. You can make a tea out of all of those to help with the shedding. But yeah. Brownie says, I make do without bobby pins. So grateful that my twists can just wrap around each other now and stay put. These bobby pins are a mess. The black shell off of the round ends get stuck in my hair. Yeah. That's why I said, like, if I were to redo bobby pins, like, I always think about, like, if I could find a company to do it, because I would love to redo a bobby pin, because these little things at the end, they are so annoying. And so annoying. Let's see. Sheila says, would aloe powder on a spray help keep your hair moisturized throughout the week? Yes. Thank you. You're so welcome, T. Michelle, don't be discouraged by the lizard. You're doing well. Love you. Thank you. Thank you, Sophia. Okay, thanks, Jess. She said, I love the effect of almond powder on my skin. The one you show on the video is the same I use. I love it. Yeah, this one is like my favorite. It's organic. Um, I buy it in bulk right from Amazon and love the quality. And trust me, I've used plenty of hennas. Hennas. I don't know why I'm stuck on henna right now. I've used plenty of almond powders before, but this is my favorite by far. Uh, Sheila says the tea rinse from Amla leaves my hair so soft. Yes, yes. Amla, like literally, Amla is so amazing. It's great. Brown and TT, thanks. I'm glad I'm not alone. I was proud of myself for listening to my hair and saying no thank you to the hairpins. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome, sis. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for joining me today. We are on for like 2 hours. I'm going to go take a little break and then get to filming for you guys. And you guys asked to include stuff about trimming, so I will definitely include that in Tip Tuesday. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next Sunday. Oh, Sharon Bennett just says, what can I use to make my edges grow? So Sharon, we've actually talked about edges like 3 or 4 times in this live. I'll give you a brief rundown, but you can definitely um, check back about the full details. Number one, I would tell you to find out what's causing your edges to thin. So definitely look into hairstyle practices, hormonal issues, etc. And then I highly recommend herbs like black seed, nettle, fenugreek, amla, etc. All right. So, but check back because I think we talked about this 2 to 3 times in this chat today. All right, you guys. Sure, and I try not picking it because I'm tender-headed. And do you have a line where I can order from? Yes, I do have a hair line. Yeah, and I don't recommend picking your hair. I know that's something people did a lot in the 70s, but right now, that can cause excessive breakage and pulling on your hair. So I would stop picking your hair. I'll tell you to check any of my videos. I show you how to finger detangle your hair, figure out some hairstyles for you to do that. figure out a routine and regimen for you so you're not picking out your hair every day. Right now, we're also in a protective style challenge. I know you're probably like, since I've been locked down, I'm trying to wear my hair out. I totally understand that. So check out some of the styles I have. That way, you're not doing a lot of manipulation to your hair and causing more shedding and issues. That is my website with my products. I don't have a sale going on, but I usually have a sale about once a month. You probably just missed the sale. But I do have 10% off if you want, save 10 at checkout if you want to get any products, you guys. I'm going to actually go mail some more products out today. I have so many things to do and film for you guys. So, all right, you guys, I love you all. Thank you for joining me again. I will see you next week. I will try to answer all of your questions about trimming in this week's Tip Tuesday. So don't miss out. And yeah, you guys, thank you for joining me. Bye. You're so welcome, Z baby.